Hey everybody. I wanted to update, and I've got a few things on my mind. Actually, I've got quite a few things on my mind. I don't know. I guess one of the things I've got on my mind is my weight's on my mind. Um, I've been struggling and everything with my weight, and I've really tried to stop, the midnight munching and stuff. I always end up eating my meals late at night, which I know is not a good thing, but it's like 3 in the morning now, and I'm a late night person, and I end up eating late at night. Like I had my dinner at around 11:30, and I've taken my depression medicine, and I should be in bed by now and asleep. But I've just got a lot of things on my mind, and I know I'm gonna ramble through this probably, because I've just got bits and pieces of things running through my mind. But anyway, my weight's on my mind, and it's just, I should have went to the gym today, but I didn't. I laid around and I didn't do anything today, except I did one thing that I probably shouldn't have done. But we all do it, and we make mistakes. And I guess I'll keep making mistakes. But remember the guy that I talked about, the A-man and asshole? I made some tapes about that, and what happened is he called me over the weekend, and he talked to me, and he discussed how, things were going between us, and he probably shouldn't call me anymore, and stuff like that. And, I told him, I said, I asked him if he'd met anybody lately, and he said yeah, but, he wants to find somebody that's looking for a relationship, but then again, he turns it around and says he really doesn't. I mean, he's looking for somebody that wants a relationship, but he doesn't want anybody that wants to have kids. But every girl he meets wants to have kids, seems like. So I said, well, just, he made an ad on this phone line service, and I'm like, just let everyone know that you don't want to have kids. And maybe the women that the women that box you, or the women that are trying to get in touch with you, won't get in touch with you if they know that you don't want to have children. And he said, well, yeah, I mean, he knows all that, but he's still, I don't really think he really wants a relationship. I think he's just really looking for sex. And so, anyway, he was talking to me, and he's like, so when are we going to have sex again? And this was like, yes, it was like, Sunday night? Yeah. And I was like, well, I don't know, we started talking and everything. I said, do you really think it's a good idea that we do that? Do you really think it's a good idea that we have sex again? Because, all the consequences about, me not being on birth control. I can't be on birth control, and, you don't want to wear a condom, and, we have to do that, and all that kind of stuff. And he goes, well, maybe you're right, and then we kind of talked and whatnot, and we kind of got in an argument about a few things, and as we always do. And so he said, well, I'm going to let you go, and click. We were done with that conversation. He said he would call me back, and he never did. So I went to bed and woke up this morning with him calling me. And he asked me what I was doing, and I said nothing, I was sleeping. And he said, well, I tried calling you back last night, but I just got your voicemail. And I said, well, I didn't get him, I didn't even get a voicemail or any type of thing that he called. So I really don't know if he called or not. I mean, unless the phone screwed up or something. Because usually my phone will show who's called or tried to call, if it was a missed call or something. But it didn't show a missed call, and it didn't have a voicemail message or anything. So we started talking, and he's like, well, I woke up and I'm really horny and all this and that. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And I'm like, I like the guy. And I know this is going to sound bad, coming from a woman, or from a girl, or whatever, but maybe I don't want a relationship either right now, and maybe I want to have sex and not have to worry about anything else. And right now this person has come along and I can just have sex with him and that's it, and be done with it. He may not be the most kind person. Well, it's not that he isn't kind or whatever. He's just a real jerk about things. He's just, I don't know how to explain him, but he's really into himself, and I don't know how someone could be 41 years old and be so still into oneself. I mean, anyway, it just blows my mind that he could just be so into himself. Like, for instance, after we had sex, and he was getting ready to go, he said, well, I'd like to have like $13,000 or so much money just so I could have like my chin lifted and all this plastic surgery done to his face. And I'm thinking, this is crazy coming from a man. I'm like, dude, wake up. You're 41 years old, Why do you want to have this plastic surgery done to your face? Come on. Get real. I mean, this is crazy. But anyway, my point being is, what makes us do these things that we know we shouldn't do, even though they're bad for us? But what drives us to do them anyway? I mean, like, I know this is bad for me. I know this guy's totally wrong and totally bad for me. But it's like, I want sex so bad that, and he's really good, that I'm like, I'll like stop and go, okay, when am I going to get sex again? I don't know. But he's like there right now, and I can get it from him, and so why not take it while I can get it? Is that crazy? So anyway, I took it, and he took it, and we did it, and the deed was done. So the consequences will suffer in the future, I guess. I don't know. Why do we do this to ourselves? I mean, it's this guy, I don't love him, and he obviously does. I mean, we have had no time to even have a chance to, love one another. I mean, it's obviously not going to go down that route. So, we're just fucking each other. And it's not a good term to use, but that's what it is. And why do we do this? Why do we do this? I mean, it's like there's this human drive that just, I mean, that you want to be with somebody so bad that you don't want to be by yourself, that, makes the situation seem right for 15 or 20 minutes or, 3 hours or whatever it takes to fill that need, and in that session of fulfillment. So guys, tell me what you think. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we make things complicated and do this to ourselves? I don't know.